This is a math learning zone. There's a story right here. It's also fun.
If you roll it 5 times 5, then you have to figure out what that is and then try and place it first.
I'm making a figure skater. Didn't really work out.
I like the hands-on activities because you get to do something and it's fun.
We have set up learning zones. So what learning zones are almost like stations, what you would have called stations, and they're multidisciplinary and cross-curricular. So a lot of the stations would have math blended in and science, language all sort of blended in, and they spend about 20 minutes at each station and then rotate, and they're working collaboratively in a lot of them.
It's really fun because you can just like move on to different activities and you're not just stuck doing like one thing. It's a short period of time that you get to do a lot of different kind of things.
But they have choice of what those stations look like a lot of the time. So during Circle, we might discuss what types of things they want to see in their learning zones, and we plan together so that when they go to the learning zones, they have some ownership over what they're learning.
I feel more involved when I get to actually choose some things.
It makes us feel like more confident in ourselves, I guess.
Student ownership is important because they're more invested in what they want to learn, and then they become more passionate about school, about their learning, about helping others. For new pedagogies, we're looking at you borrow some of the practices from that we've been doing for a long time that work, and then coming up with new practices within the classroom and the school setting.
In our classroom, we get to choose what seating we want to sit at.
Because our world is evolving and changing, we want our practices to reflect the 21st century and the learners in the 21st century. So over the years, I've built up so that my classroom is a little bit more flexible in terms of seating. The students choose where they sit that's going to help them learn in that particular moment.
It's a good learning space because like when you're doing like math, you could like pick where you want to sit and like a comfy spot for you. It feels homey.
Yeah, with all the flexible seating and everything.
Yeah.
We only have 2 normal chairs in this classroom, which is kind of great.
Because you can move around and you don't have to stay just at your table.
It's easier to concentrate when I'm working.
We are allowed to work with partners and like we're allowed to go in the hall or sit basically anywhere in the classroom.
So that can change within a half hour if the space isn't working for them or their partnership with who they're working with, because we do a lot of collaboration and learning from each other as opposed to learning from just me, right?
So the groundhog sees food. He goes in, he gets trapped, and then it shuts leaves.
Oh.
He sees strawberries and he's like, oh yeah.
Yummy.
I like.
We've got like tape on
I know.
So like,
I like how you.
so like just in case if one of them's too weak.
In case the door opens, it's still the groundhog's still stuck,
and he can't
right?
chew his way out.
And he can't shoot. Oh, nice.
Sometimes it's like a privilege because because you could be like the teacher saying it like out loud for everybody to hear. Like gives them an idea of like what I'm thinking about.
There's always mini lessons going on in class where you're just giving them snippets of knowledge, but there's a lot of finding out on your own, inquiry-based, project-based. So they come up with what they want to be researching within the confines sometimes of the curriculum.
She says stuff like, what are you interested in?
She says, what do you want to learn?
Yeah, what do you wonder about?
She really likes talking to me because she thinks like I'm a person that has a lot to say and stuff like that.
It is awesome. It's very awesome having like choice.
Over the years, I've been sort of infusing STEM challenges in my classroom where they're making and they're designing and building and trying to solve real world problems, tapping into that.
I'm not trying to criticize other teachers, but most teachers have the same teaching style. For Miss Seymour, she's like very different. And her style of teaching is something that if I were a teacher, I would teach. But
There's lots of different ways to show our learning.
Yeah, she's not telling us what to do. She's more listening to what we say.
You definitely see an increase in confidence and engagement, student engagement. The more they're doing things that are authentic to them, that they're interested in, then it sticks. Like the knowledge sticks when you're making all those connections to real life. It's like light bulbs all over the place.
Okay, that can't get up. You can't get up that.
You don't think you can put up?